What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone on a Tuesday. And yeah, the title of the show is Welcome Back Allegri. Allegri 3.0. Giuntoli wants, well, Allegri potentially back. I cannot believe that I need to talk about it. However, the story has appeared, which I'm going to dissect in a moment. But the main issue is that even though I will talk about the story in a second, it's the past among this fan base, always looking back to the past. The past is gone. And also, what I don't like is acting like the past was good. That doesn't mean this is good, but it doesn't make the past good. You know, I don't know what it is with this fan base to go back to the past consistently. Why does it need to be the past when the past was proven to be bad, like really, really bad, you know? But we will get into that. Before we get into it, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about this. Okay, really quickly, the story is bullshit. I will say it from the get-go, but I want to talk about it because he's center of our issues when, like, we have issues on the pitch, off the pitch, and for some reason Allegri's center of that, which is crazy, but it is what it is. The report is from Sport Media Set. With all due respect, it's not a source. It's like using Gianni Balzarini as a source. Those people or those outlets are not sources. They're the worst of the worst. They have no info. They have absolutely nothing. Like, literally nothing. So the story is that he's on the short list and Giuntoli wants him back, potentially wants him back. Giuntoli doesn't want him back. Allegri doesn't want Giuntoli. Do I need to remind everybody what happened post Coppa Italia? Let's be real, you know? So to actually put out that story and, you know, talk about it like it's real, you know, it's crazy. But we need to talk about it because every time we have a bad result, Allegri's name pops up. And I do not understand why. I understand why if you look at the grand scheme of things. I've seen a debate saying, who's the better coach, Motta or Allegri? Are we serious? Like, come on. I wanted Allegri out because 3 years, it was dog shit. It was awful. What happened against Atalanta was happening over and over again. We won, I think, 4 games since the start of January last season. It was horrid. It was brutal. It was embarrassing. It was that bad. And yes, he topped it off with a Coppa after 3 seasons, and we all celebrated that. You know, you can go back to the videos. We all wanted to win despite everything. But it was bad. It wasn't good. Again, that doesn't mean that this is good. But people using this time to act like that was good, it was shit. Like, we were getting embarrassed. We were awful. That's that. So the past, talking about the past is crazy. People go back ages ago. Ages. We had a world-class squad back then when he was winning. And that doesn't mean it was easy for him to win. It's not a given if you have a world-class squad to win. So we all gave him his credit. I gave him his credit, even though we had some insane players and talents. But yes, it helps if you have these players. Every top coach has players. If you win consistently, you have top players. It's as simple as that. You need to be a good coach to translate that in winning, obviously, and he is that. For me, he remains a club legend. But when the players are low on quality or the quality is not as high, he didn't do a good job as well. It's funny how people talk about, oh, we spend so much money, but nobody rates these players. Isn't that a bigger issue? Isn't the issue that we spend a lot of money on shit players? So that's why I've always said 1,000 times on this channel, I do not care about the price tag when I judge a player, because a player is not in charge of the price tag. If we paid 5 million for Colt Miners, he will be putting the same performances in. So it doesn't change anything for me when I look at a player. We overpaid. We know that. But you cannot say, oh, we spend so much money, you should be winning. And then in the next tweet, in the next comment, in the next article, you say, but these players are shit. You know, why are they playing for the club? Like, you cannot say the same thing when judging a coach. When you judge the club on it, Fine, Giuntoli messed up. He did. Like we all talked about in the summer, mistakes were being made. It was very clear at the back. Clear mistakes were being made. However, he's not coming back, Allegri. Talking about it and comparing is not going to make us win right now. We were not winning for 3 years. Talking about it is not going to magically make us win or change the fact that we were rubbish the previous 3 years. We were still rubbish and we're still not good right now. Talking about it is weird. If we want to talk about, do you want to keep Motta, yes or no, we can have that debate. And when people say get him out, I 100% understand why people are saying get him out. I don't believe him in. I understand that. I'm like, yeah, fair. You know, I'm not really gonna argue. Like, I cannot really argue that, if that makes any sense. Like, I cannot really argue that. It's really not, like, the evidence out there is that he's not in control of whatever is happening in that locker room. He cannot transmit what's needed to be transmitted on the pitch. When there is a key game, we don't show up. When the chips are down, when the pressure is on, we mess up. We don't have leaders. I know that. We all know that in the locker room. You know, we know that. However, we fall apart. You know, there's a difference between having not a leader on the pitch and completely falling apart. So all those arguments are correct. But the same issues were last season also. Locker room, players not happy with the coach. It was all out there. It was all out there. It was bad. It's been bad. But he's not coming back. Nor should he come back, by the way. If we want to move on from Motta, fine. I don't like it. I hate that we become a club where we just chop and change coaches. It's not like, and hopefully something is going to stick, because that means there's no plan. And we're going to do whatever. And you get a new coach in with players from the other coach and new players, and it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. Guaranteed. With the board we have and the management we have, it's going to be awful. So he's not coming back. Motta might not be here. And both things can be true. 3 years were rubbish. This season is rubbish. It's not good. It's not good. And it's actually crazy that we only lost 2 games in the season, in the Serie A so far. We're going to lose more games. I don't predict losses. We're going to get smoked by Fiorentina. There's absolutely no chance we get anything out of that game. Absolutely no chance. We still need to go to Lazio, to Roma, to Bologna. Teams 5-6 years ago, I would laugh about it. I'm like, cool, whatever. Like, we go to those places, cool. And now I'm fearing those teams, which is insane. Roma is only 6 points behind us. That's actually madness. So all the things we can talk about, we can talk about. About coaching, about not being good enough, so on, so on. All fair points. However, acting like the previous 3 years were good is crazy. They were shit. This season is shit. Allegri needed to go, and Motta might need to go. But we're becoming a club I think nobody wants to become. With ownership being absent, with management, like top management, having no clue what to do, and Giuntoli, well, clearly being over it in his head, you know, not knowing what to do, spending a lot of money. And in the summer, we talked about it, like we're overspending. We're overspending, and certain positions are not being addressed. Paying 20 million for Kelly, well, what do I need to tell you? That's why when people are like, get Motta out, I'm like, fine. Like, I'm not really going to debate you on that. But the management, the decision makers are still there. Or non-decision makers in this case, maybe. They're still there. There's no guarantee that whoever comes in is going to do well, no matter how qualified they are for doing the job. Because I cannot trust anyone at this club right now. Not a single soul. That is what I want to talk about. But anyway, let me know in the comments. Do you believe the story to begin with? Do you want it to be true also? And what is actually the way to go? Is it as easy as sack the coach? Because you can sack the coach. Giuntoli still will be spending 20 million euro on Kelly. It's still gonna happen. That is insane. That is setting your back. That's setting even the next coach up to fail, in my opinion, or at least struggle, in my opinion. But anyways, let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Today we are going live to have a good debate, or whatever, a bad debate, to discuss whatever is going on at this club right now. So see you later. Ciao.